Michigan wins game two against Michigan State 64. They've won the first two games. Look for a sweep tomorrow. But truly, the biggest difference of this game was the big third inning that Michigan had. Put up 5 runs in the inning. Really, a lot of their hits came in that inning. Michigan had 14 hits throughout this game. 6 of those hits were in the third inning, and the biggest one of those was Greg Pace Jr.'s 3-run shot. That was obviously the difference of this game, with Michigan winning by 2 runs. And it really was him. He had an absolutely spectacular game, but it wasn't just him, because he's a guy that really seems to love playing Michigan State, especially in East Lansing. If you look at his career at Michigan, when he goes to East Lansing, he performs extremely well. It's one of those things where there's certain players that just are kind of killers of other teams, and Greg Pace Jr. really seems to be kind of a Spartan killer for a little bit, and he's been doing it throughout his career. He did in this game. Obviously, his one hit was an absolutely massive one, but it wasn't just him. Like I specifically mentioned, there's a couple other guys that I thought performed extremely well, and it starts out with Colby Turner. Colby Turner has been great for Michigan this year. His average is absolutely insane. Game one, he wasn't great in that game, at least according to his average. This game, it was just a bounce back game for him. 3 for 5. It's just exactly what he's been doing throughout the season. He's a guy that gets on base consistently. He's a guy that's really dangerous every single time he's up at the plate. And he just continues to find ways to find gaps. He just continues to do just everything that this Michigan team wants him to do. But it's not just him, right? Michigan obviously had another guy, and Noah Miller, who was absolutely incredible, not only behind the plate, but really he was just hitting the ball extremely hard. 3 for 5 from the plate, had 1 RBI, which was a double in the fourth inning. But he's just a guy that continues to come up in big spots, make big plays, make big swings, and then defensively, right? He's a catcher that you can truly rely on in the backfield, and he's just a guy that is truly really, really good behind the play. And Michigan overall had a pretty solid start with the starting pitcher. And again, Michigan State did get to him a little bit later on in this game. Nick Williams was a big part of what Michigan State wanted to do, of their success today. Him and Noah Bright have been the bright spots for Michigan State in this series. Nick Williams obviously ended up starting the game for Michigan State. He actually gave Michigan State a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second, before Michigan obviously took a 5-1 lead. Michigan obviously goes 6-1 after the fourth inning, but then Michigan State slowly started to get to the pitchers. They started to get to more base runners. Randy Seymour ended up having basically a fielder's choice that he be out at first base. That could have been a possible double play to end the inning. Parker Pico was a pinch hitter, had a huge double down the line, made it 6-3. Ryan McKay had a huge double to right field, made 6-4. Michigan State had a real possibility of coming back in this game, and that was full credit to Michigan State's bullpen. I thought Michigan State's bullpen kept Michigan State in this game. It was really that one, obviously, crooked number in the third inning that really was the biggest difference of this game, because I thought Carter Monk, even though he had 5 earned runs, 9 hits in this game, I thought he did a really good job of getting out of the first inning. Second inning looked comfortable doing that. In the third inning, it just obviously Michigan just kept going hit by hit by hit. I think they had 4 or 5 consecutive hits, and one of those was obviously the home run. There was a double, but then consecutive singles from there. That really truly can build off of what a pitcher's doing, can truly build a little bit of momentum. But that momentum really sapped him. Gannon Grunman obviously had 1 earned run, but I thought he was really good in his 3 innings. Bobby Crane was good in his 2 innings. Nolan Higgins came in, kept the lead to 6-4 for Michigan State, gave Michigan State an opportunity in the 9th inning. Obviously didn't end up scoring, but again, Shane Brenham was good for Michigan, 6 2/3, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Cade Montgomery, I thought he came in and did a decent job. 2 1/3 innings, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. this Michigan team just did a really good job overall in the first two games with its starting pitching, with its pitching in general, and really getting key at bats and key hits when the time comes. Now, obviously, last game was a little bit different. Michigan had to take advantage of their opportunities when they're given to, but this was just that one big inning that truly did Michigan State in for Michigan. But good win for Michigan. Obviously, if you put up 5 runs, you go up 6-1. It's really, really difficult to come back. Michigan State this year has not been a very explosive offense. Again, full credit to them to slowly start kind of getting into that lead a little bit, putting up 1 run, putting up 1 run, putting up 1 run. You would love to see at least maybe 1 or 2 of those innings, maybe do 2 runs, kind of get closer. Michigan State obviously had some chances to tie the game, to take the lead, but never obviously end up doing that at the end of the day. But Michigan had some really great performances, like I specifically mentioned. Didn't mention Brendan Strassler. He had an RBI in this game. But really, again, it was like Colby Turner, Noah Miller, Greg Pace Jr. that were really kind of the ones that led for Michigan. And then for Michigan State side of things, Noah Bright, Nick Williams. One thing I didn't talk about that I quickly want to mention, the throw in the third inning was absolutely massive, because if Nick Williams doesn't throw the guy out, we could very much be talking about an even bigger lead that would be really, really difficult to come back from. And I think Michigan State outfield has done a great job of throwing guys out. And Isaac Sturgis, I want to shout him out. I thought he had a great throw from right field as well at the top of the eighth to throw a Michigan runner out as well. So Michigan State's done really good on that aspect of it. But we're going to see what happens in game number 3. We're going to see if Michigan State's going to bounce back. We're going to see if Michigan sweeps Michigan State in East Lansing. Obviously, once that game takes place, I'll obviously talk about it. But thanks for tuning in to this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment as well, and tune into the other episodes as well.